PrettyMuch, the newest 5-part vocal group from mastermind Simon Cowell, released their first music video. The raucous 4 minutes 11 seconds supports their earwormy breakout single Would You Mind and acts as the group's first official visual for the world. The boys of PrettyMuch, Austin, Brandon, Edwin, Nick, and Zion, appear to all have the ingredients of your typical boy band, but the group doesn't outright own the term.
How do you feel about that label, like boy band label?
It's what we are. That's exactly what we are, yeah.
But we're also a dance crew and a vocal harmony group.
While they might not fully embrace the label, the elements of great boy bands of the past are in PrettyMuch's DNA. Take Would You Mind. The song kicks off with a tight a cappella intro.
If I pulled you closer, would you mind? Would you mind? Would you mind?
A requirement for any boy band to be taken seriously musically.
The story of my life, I take her home, I drive all night to keep her warm in time.
Then there's the beat. Not only is it danceable, another boy band staple for anything that isn't a ballad, it's a near match to the beat from Poison, the biggest hit from New Edition branch-off Belle Biv DeVoe.
Yeah, Spider-Man and Freeze in full effect. You ready, Ron? I'm ready.
I won't let go. No, you've been hurt before, but I'll make it better for you.
It calls back to the New Jack Swing movement of the late 80s and early 90s, which ushered in R&B groups like Backstreet, Jodeci, and Color Me Badd, and in turn, trickled into the pop boy band sound thanks to New Kids on the Block. But the song isn't the only part of Would You Mind that's full of boy band Easter eggs. MTV News spoke with Would You Mind video director Emil Nava about how PrettyMuch's first video also serves as an homage to boy bands past, particularly those of the 90s.
I think a big part of me wanted to throw back to those eras, they were such seminal moments, the music videos, like those Backstreet Boys, those NSYNC videos. I think that era was when boy bands were really respected and they were hugely successful, and it's I see a lot of that in these guys.
The bulk of the Would You Mind video captures the 5 dudes mugging for the camera and showcasing their skills as a dance crew. But there's also a fair amount of footage that pulls back the curtain on what it's like to hang out with PrettyMuch. It's the same equation used for NSYNC's first major US music video, I Want You Back.
So tell me what to do.
The video, from directors Jesse Vaughn and Douglas Barreau, highlighted the group's impressive showmanship alongside verite moments that showed they were also friends outside of working on music. Vaughn explained to MTV News that while it wasn't the original vision for the video, it was an effective formula for NSYNC that can be applied to any boy band.
One gives a solid performance level aspect to the video so that you can see the artist, that they're great performers, and their choreography is solid. And then there's the other side, which is more personality driven, to say, okay, let's take these shots, which Doug did, take these shots to insert into the video that will give us more of a feel of who the individual band members are. So they wanted the audience to be able to relate to each individual in the group as a separate personality, but also part of the collective.
Vaughn credits the culture and hysteria around the Beatles with pioneering this kind of personality-driven band marketing. John Lennon was the smart one, Paul McCartney the cute one, George Harrison the quiet one, and Ringo Starr the funny one. The same idea permeated the marketing of NSYNC and the other big boy band PrettyMuch references in their music video, the Backstreet Boys.
Quit playing games with my heart.
The rain scene in Would You Mind is by far the most obvious visual nod to the 90s golden era of boy bands. After spending half the video running around in the sun, the boys are suddenly caught in a downpour, which, of course, can only conjure memories of the Backstreet Boys' Quit Playing Games with My Heart. While I Want You Back showed off NSYNC's choreography and personality, Quit Playing Games helped establish another major tenet of successfully marketing a boy band: sex appeal. After each of these videos were released, NSYNC and the Backstreet Boys went on to become 2 of the best-selling US bands in pop music history. Only time will tell if Would You Mind works out just as well for PrettyMuch.